Hi, my name is Yseult Polfliet Mukantabana, and I'm speaking to you from Kigali, Rwanda. Before I start speaking, I really want to thank TEDxNyarugenge for inviting me into this space and sharing my truth. So the thing that I want to share today is that the past few years I realized that I was embarking on a journey of self-discovery and affirmation. And in order to do that, I had to walk away from any type of idea of what I was supposed to be. Not for my friends, not for my family, what society expected me to do or to be, but something that was solely stuck to who I was as a person. And it meant really unpacking, addressing the things that had been holding me back. And one of the major ones that had been holding me back was my issue with alcohol. First step is I had to stop drinking. And so that meant doubling down on self-care and self-love. Starting to see a therapist that could address the things that I needed to address. And kind of look through the things that I thought were normal in my life and see what I had to change. And one of the big ones was obviously kind of rewriting what it meant for celebration and dinners and gatherings. Because as we know today, everything that has to do with celebrating something is connected to alcohol. You can't have a right celebration if you don't have a cold beer and a nice wine or amazing champagne. So what does that mean for me when I stopped drinking? That was really difficult, having to reimagine, reinvent what it meant for me for celebration. And it meant walking away from things that I was really used to. And it was not easy. And it was uncomfortable. But I soon realized that discomfort doesn't kill. Even if I was in a space where I felt really uncomfortable, I realized that this change meant that I would evolve, grow, change for the better. Another thing that I had to come to terms with was that this was a journey for me. It was a journey, it is a journey, and that I had to be acquainted and feel like discomfort was something that was going to become my best friend. Awkwardness had to become my second kind of language in trying to change. One of the big steps that I had to do was to address friendships and relationships that I had lost because of my issue. One of the main relationships that I had lost within my issue with alcohol was the fact that my brother, who had always been my best friend, wasn't as close. He had taken a step back. Not because he didn't love me or care for me, it's because he didn't have the tools and didn't know how to address my issue. And so when I started to do my work, I went towards him and we sat down. And I never want to romanticize this as being this like one conversation, one exchange that will make things better. It's reestablishing trust, reestablishing comfort for one another. So Ricky and I had to sit down and we had to talk. I had to listen. I had to be uncomfortable. I had to feel the discomfort that I've always felt but was running away from. So then it took us some time, but eventually we became close again. We became friends again. And I sit in that truth, that the discomfort that I feel means that there's something positive that's going to come out of it. There's something that's bringing growth within me. And this brought my brother back closer to me. And when I look at society, we're really in a space where it's catered to always looking for comfort. The grass is cut low, everything has a kind of a preconceived idea of what beauty is supposed to look like, what we're supposed to smell like, what size we're supposed to wear. And all these false ideas feed into supposedly putting us in a comfortable space within our society. And nothing puts us in a space that invites discomfort for growth. And I'm never advocating for people being uncomfortable and unsafe. It's discomfort that will bring growth and evolve as a human being. And I kind of apply this in my advocacy work that I do. With the kinswomen, we have made it a priority to bridge the gap between white women and women of color. And so that means really addressing things that are really uncomfortable and that we really run away from in our society. Racial issues are not a hot topic in an interpersonal level. We talk about it, but it's very awkward to talk about it on an interpersonal level, to see how we affect this dynamic, how we as individuals participate or not in this issue. And so when we talk with our, on our workshops or our event, we soon realize that people's main thought is, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. But there's no way you can talk about something so deep and so hurtful and so traumatic for so many people that you won't be uncomfortable. So I say, discomfort doesn't kill. Being in that uncomfortable situation is only going to bring people that want to become allies to accept growth through discomfort. And it really makes an impact in their lives, in their friendships, in themselves as individuals. And it's really beautiful to see. And all of this came from me seeing how it affects me with my issue with alcohol. And it's really beautiful to be able to see that something that makes you feel so uncomfortable brings so much sweetness and love and compassion for people around you. I really insist on the fact that this is a journey of allyship, a journey in growth, whatever it is, wherever you are, and you feel like you have to address in order to grow, there's going to take discomfort. We first have to sit in the things that we've done, the things that we've said, the things that we've impacted in order to grow into a better place. There's no way I could have had the relationship that I have with my brother today if I hadn't decided to sit with him first. We have to see ourselves as individuals, and we have to understand that we feel things. As much as I was battling with something, my brother was experiencing something. And in advocacy, it takes a white person to want to make a difference in their lives so they can make a difference in their impact in the world that they live in. And it's really simple, but it's so difficult because, again, we don't live in a space that invites that discomfort. And the only reason why I think this is monumental and was monumental for me was because of the results that I see, the things that I witnessed for myself and everyone else coming into the advocacy space that I have created, my co-founder. It's that something happens. It's almost like that flower that needs rain and that needs mud and that needs all of that in order to grow into the flower that it is supposed to be. So I call for anyone to address those fears and to sit in that discomfort because it won't kill. Thank you so much for TEDxNyarugenge giving me this space and sharing my thoughts and feelings. I'm so grateful.